This is my analysis of Batman the Killing Joke, which is a graphic novel about the animosity between the Joker and Batman. This is the first page that I chose to analyze. It portrays a scene where Batman asks the Joker whether or not they should continue on fighting, and if that is the same thing to do as they're probably going to end up killing each other, which is, according to Batman, not the best way to live their lives, and it's not a constructive solution to any of their problems. He arrives in Gotham Hospital. It's a mental institution, or an asylum, if you will, where the Joker is, kind of imprisoned. In this part of the storyline, Batman has just arrived in the Joker's cell, and he's just started asking the Joker whether or not they should continue, but the Joker didn't say anything, and Batman started to become slightly suspicious and agitated. And in this part of the story, the beginning of the storyline overall, Batman starts to grow suspicious and decides to pull the Joker towards him, which you can see in this part of the page. In this panel, when talking about graphic literary devices, they use color very well in portraying how these characters are both hiding their identity, because this man here is trying to hide that he is indeed not the Joker. So he is leaning back into the darkness. He's trying to conceal himself in that. Batman, on the other hand, is leaning towards the Joker into the light. But he is also hiding his identity. His face is also in the dark, but he is not afraid of being noticed. He's just afraid of being recognized. So his face is hidden by darkness, but he himself is in a spotlight. Then in the next two frames, there is a use of a lot of symbolism in the way that in the third frame you see Batman literally wiping away like the mask concealing this man's true identity, which is both literally and figuratively taking away his mask. And the wiping away of the makeup is symbolism for the revealing of the identity, just like pulling him into the light is symbolism for revealing his identity. Then in the fourth panel, there is a lot of use of the layout of the panels is very important, because this panel contains all the essence of this entire page. In general, you don't need to read anything else than this main panel. It contains everything you need to know, and it's supposed to draw your attention to that. It has the light in the middle. It has a very sharp composition. It's larger than all the other panels, showing how this is all just context, it's background information, it's useful but it's not necessary. This middle frame shows you everything you need to know. It shows you that this isn't the Joker because the paint is peeling away. It shows that Batman is being aggressive and he is being slightly insane, which is also a very important part of the rest of the story, that the Joker isn't just insane, he also has his normal parts and his vindication, and he has his reasons. And Batman isn't just this stoic hero, he has this craziness in him that isn't always portrayed. So you can see that by the aggressiveness and the emotion that is in Batman's face, and how the Joker, or the person that is supposed to act as if he's the Joker, is scared instead of offensive towards Batman, and how Batman doesn't know where the Joker is, which is what the next few pages will be about finding out where the Joker is. Then in this next page, there is a lot more creative use of layout, and also of a lot of use of the position and foreshadowing. Also, a little bit of like puns, mostly, but that's not a literary device. This first panel, you just only see Batman's, the Joker's hand, but you don't know that it is the Joker. But it is very clear that the hand belongs to the main character, because this man is not very detailed, his outfit is rather bland, and he's in the middle ground. He is important, but he's not the main character. Then in the next frame, you see this person who was being hidden mostly in the last frame is now revealed in his full figure, but we still don't know his identity. But he has revealed more in both the fact that you see the entirety of him and that he is now talking, though he is still hiding his true identity because he is saying these things, that the rides are dilapidated to the point of being lethal and could easily maim or kill innocent little children, which is usually portrayed as something awful, something bad, which, according to our morals, it is. But it isn't actually, it isn't bad according to him. So then in the next picture they both reveal his identity, as in they show that this is the Joker, because you see his face now, and they also show that he is crazy. They reveal that part about him too. That's no longer hidden like it was in the frame before, because he shows that this wasn't a negative opinion about this place that he is going to buy. It is, he loves it, that's why he is buying it. The next two panels, you see the Joker again slowly disguising himself again. He is not as wild anymore, and in the last panel you'd only see his hand, so that is symbolism for the fact that yes, he is weird and he is insane and extravagant and flamboyant, but he's also trying to hide his identity for the moment. He is not trying to grab as much attention. He is, sometimes his true nature is come speaking out, but he is still not trying to get the Batman's attention. Then in these last two dialogue bubbles, there is a bit of foreshadowing for the next few pages, because in this frame, he talks about how money is not a problem now, but it used to be, which is foreshadowing for the fact that in the next few pages there's going to be a flashback to what his life was like before, and how he lived with his wife, and they didn't have any money, but she was pregnant. So they needed money to be able to look out for the baby. So in these two panels, they show very important things to the story. They show how the Joker is insane, how he is trying to buy this park, which is very relevant to the plot because he's going to use it to torture the Commissioner Gordon later on. But it also shows with the other panel, the other page, the major theme of this graphic novel, which is that neither of these characters is what they are at face value. Batman isn't sane, he is crazy. The Joker isn't just crazy, he's also sane, and he also has his reasons. Which is the essence of the story, because at the end of the story you have them standing in front of each other, and you have the Joker making a joke, but it's not an insane joke, it's just a joke, and then Batman laughing like a crazy person. So it shows how these two characters are quite similar, and they're just trying to convince each other about the things that they themselves are the most insecure about. The Batman is trying to convince the Joker that he is sane, while he's trying to actually convince himself that he is sane. And the Joker is trying to convince Batman that he is crazy, while he is actually trying to convince himself that he is crazy. And that is for the both of them a coping mechanism. So in that way, these two panels are perfectly engineered to show and to tell this story. So that was my analysis of these two pages. Thank you for listening, and I hope you got something from it. Have a nice day.